And thank you, David Raynell here.
Marianne Camarada. We're talking about sex addiction and who's at risk. Before we get to some more of our questions, I went to the Oscar gifting shows down in LA last week, and we've got a bunch of great footage up online. Or you can go to our media webpage of Mary Ann Live and see me interviewing all kinds of celebrities talking about relationship. It was really super fun, and would love your feedback. Um, Also, March 16th at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., you can catch my opinion column on healthylife.net radio, as well as, let's see, what else do I have going on? Oh, I know. My next got some great people in the house March 16th on Marianne Live, my radio show. Gabrielle Bernstein, author of How to Add More Ing to Your Life. Sarah Beek, author of the Red Book, and Megan Watterson, feminist theologian, 20-something spiritual women rocking it with me in the house next week. And right here on The Power of We, we're going to be talking about how to create more sex in your marriage. That's on the other side of sex addiction, of course. You want to tune in for that next week right here at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Don't want to miss that. So, again, hey, thanks everybody for all of these great questions. We're going to try to get to some more right now. We've got a question from Kira out of British Columbia. Honey, read this one. What did she say?
I recently became engaged to my long-term boyfriend. The other day he asked me to bring his passport to the airport. He was in a rush and he had forgotten it. When I was looking at it, I found a huge stash of crazy and weird pornography. Some of it was seriously disturbing. The thing that's most confusing is that he is super straight and had a hard time even talking about sex. Now I find this, I don't know what to do. Maybe he's just a closet sex addict.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take a little stab at it. You know, there's lots of stories of guys carrying around in their, I was going through again, guys carrying around in their briefcase or in their car, lots of secret hidden pornographic sites or sneaking this stuff down like they were little boys still. So again, the answer to this again seems to me, yes, I think he has a sexual addiction. Is it getting in the way?
Well, what if it's his roommates or what if it's his brothers? You know how people like to blame other people. It's not my drugs.
I'm just assuming it was near. Yeah, well.
I'm just saying, this guy has no past behavior. Why are we so quick to send him to the sex addict jail? You know what I mean? Maybe he's doing a study. Maybe he's writing a report. Maybe he's...
You're right. I'm assuming because they're living together that this is his stuff. So someone didn't do it. So let's just say, because it's a benefit of the question, we don't have all the data.
Maybe she should ask him.
Well, that's what I would get to that. But I believe that there is an issue when they sit down and talk about this. I lost my train of thought here, so sweetie says, you know, one of the things that I would say is if there is that level of secretness in your relationship, there is going to be a place where you cannot make contact with that person.
That's
and
a good
there is
point.
a shame point. And that shame point is going to be noticed, and you can't displace anything and not have it have a reaction somewhere.
Right. So that's a good point.
However ineloquently I put it, pay attention.
Right. Well, yeah, because here's the thing. If he's got a bunch of porn stuff that you don't know about in your own home, that definitely is going to ring a bell. But if he has no history, I would question him about it. I'd go, what the hell is this porn
That's
stuff?
not a question, sweetie.
It is to me.
What are you doing with this stuff? That doesn't sound...
My dear, I found an inordinate amount of pornography
Yeah,
that's
stacks of it.
seriously disturbing me. Could you please elaborate on what it is doing
What
in
are you
our
doing?
home? What are you doing? And then see what he says.
Yeah.
What are the odds that somebody's going to tell you the truth, though, honey? What if he, you know?
Probably not good at the beginning, but
So now she's going to be all paranoid, ripping
there's
everything
two ways
up,
to go.
right?
She can either pretend she didn't see it, and then she will live with it, or face it.
I hate this type of thing that happens in relationships sometimes, don't you? Like, there you are going along thinking you're all happy and in love, and the next thing you know, you find a bloody knife under your bed. You know what I'm saying? Or a stack of freaky porn. I mean, it's what happens in life, but it certainly does.
Two-leggeds are well known to have secrets.
We're secretive. Wow. Yeah, we are. Okay, well, gosh, Kira, good luck, honey. We really, I recommend you ask lovingly. I would inquire. Inquiry
Inquiry and gently shedding some light on this might be the way that I would go.
Yeah, and then say
Same problem.
yeah, I guess what
Addiction
we're
of any kind is a very sensitive issue.
yeah, and likely people aren't. I mean, if you're not ready to admit it, you're not ready to admit it. That's the
And
other
that's
thing,
part of the addictive behavior.
And maybe they don't think it's anybody's business or it's not a problem. These are challenges. I feel you on that. Kira, good luck in British Columbia. Thanks for your Twitter question. We appreciate that. And for those of you who want to follow us on Twitter, no. Go to the Power of We and Twitter us and be our friend on Facebook and all that great stuff. And